Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another breakdown. I'm going to be breaking down every single fight on this card that's coming up next weekend at UFC Atlanta. We got Kamaru Usman taking on Buckley in the 5 round main win. In the co-main, we got a women's MMA co-main. We got Rose Namajunas taking on Miranda Maverick. A huge opportunity for Miranda Maverick to get into the top 10. We'll see if she can make the most of it. Obviously, we got some bangers on this card. Shahbazyan taking on under Petroski. That should be a really exciting fight. Probably gonna end up in a finish. That's what I think. And we got Cody Garbrandt taking on Barcelos. We also got Cody Brundage taking Abdul-Malik. Probably not a good matchup for Brundage, but it's gonna be exciting for us to watch. We got Menifield taking on Omar Sy. We also got this matchup that we were supposed to see a couple weeks back. This was supposed to be a co-main event a few weeks back. We got Paul Craig taking on Bellato, Chiesa taking on McGee. We got Wellmaker taking on Chris Moutinho. I mean, this is pretty brutal by the UFC. The fact they re-signed Chris Moutinho and they're feeding him to Wellmaker. I mean, this is not good. I feel bad for Moutinho because whoever is his manager is really not a good manager. I mean, he got him back to the UFC, I guess, so that's good. But on the matchmakers, I mean, the matchup is just really bad for him. We got Cody Durden taking on Jose Ochoa, Ricky Simón taking on Jourdain. Jourdain's 1-0 since moving down to 135. He's coming off a submission win over Victor Henry. So we'll see if he can put a win streak together down at 135 now. We also got Phil Rowe taking on Loosa. We also got Demopoulos taking on Horth. So make sure you guys, before we get into you guys, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're coming off a winning UFC 316 card. It could have been really good card for us if I didn't bet Patchy Mix, and that was the only losing pick that I had on the card. So we win like 12 and 1 on the predictions on the card, and then we won like over about 2 units on the card, but it could have been over like 10 units if I didn't bet Patchy Mix because he looked horrible out there. But that's the game. I mean, we cast on some underdogs. We cast on Acosta. We cast on Gustafsson. So we did pretty well on the underdogs. There were only 3 underdogs that won on the card. We got 2 of them right. So I'm pretty happy with my 316 card. And also, guys, make sure you guys subscribe, man. I'm really trying to hit 4K subscribers on this channel. So I'd appreciate if you guys all hit that subscribe button if this is your first time watching this video or watching one of my live streams. And also follow me on Twitter. We also have a really good Discord community, over like 400 members in Discord. And we bet more than just MMA on there. We do NHL, hockey. I mean, hockey and NHL the same thing, but I mean NBA. So I already got a bet in on Pacers to win the series. We'll see how that one goes. We got Pacers at plus 265. So yeah, make sure you guys join Discord. It's free. There's no premium or anything like that. You're not gonna regret joining Discord if you guys do join Discord. Really good community, and everyone's really respectful in there. And also, if you guys want to see my official bets, I'll post it in the link down below in the description. And also, if you guys want to support the channel, you can become a member, and that's the way you can support the channel. You get some live stream perks, and you get to be a member on the channel. And I just want to thank all the members that we already have on the channel. I appreciate you guys. And now let's break down this card, guys. We got Vanessa Demopoulos taking this fight on short notice. Jamie Horth. She had a different matchup before. Well, now she's gonna be fighting Vanessa Demopoulos. I'm not really gonna like break down this fight too long because Demopoulos, he's got no takedown defense. Like Augusta Win can take her down. Her takedown defense is probably like, I think it was like 30% before Alencar fight, and we picked Alencar, who was underdog, like plus 110 underdog. The reason I picked Alencar because of takedown defense for Demopoulos is just so bad. And even the Jacqueline, I mean, losing Jacqueline Amram, no shame in that. Jacqueline Amram is probably the most potent finisher in WMA right now when it comes to her jiu-jitsu and her grappling. She gets a fight to the match, she's going to finish you early by submission, and that's the way it is with Amram. Unless you're Sam Hughes, who's really tough to put away. But yeah, I just even that the Cody fight, I mean, that was really close. That was 50-50. That could have gone either way. But he was a big underdog there, so he did win that. I guess he got it done. The Kanako Murata fight, I mean, you guys remember that one? She got taken on over and over, controlled for like 13 minutes in that fight. But she basically won that fight off her back, landing elbows, slicing up Murata with those nasty elbows off her back. And she is pretty like she will go for it. I mean, I don't think she's gonna be able to keep this fight on the feet though. Jimmy Lynn Hort's nothing special, but I do think she's a lot better than Demopoulos, and I'm gonna have to go with the Jimmy Lynn Hort. Does she finish her? No, I don't think she's finishing her, but I do see her winning this fight by decision. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Jamie Lynn Hurt coming in on full camp, and Demopoulos taking this fight on short notice, probably for a quick paycheck. I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. Also, Lynn hasn't shown any finishing ability in the UFC yet. I mean, even that honestly, that Veronica Hardy fight, she could have won that fight if she just went for takedowns early. Because Veronica Hardy has pretty bad takedown defense, and she only went for takedowns like in the third round. Once she went for takedowns, she got easy 2 takedowns in the over Veronica Hardy. And that obviously Petrovic fight was extremely close. And that was in Canada. Some people think Petrovic won that fight, but I think Demon and Hurt won that fight barely. And the Maverick fight, I mean, that was really close. I was watching that fight back last night because I'm trying to do tape study for this card. And obviously Maverick is fighting in the co-main event on this card. And that fight was really close. He was getting takedowns on Miranda Maverick, which is really impressive because Maverick is a much, much better wrestler than Demopoulos. Yeah, Horth's going to be the pick. I think he wins, honestly. I do. Next fight on the card is going to be Loosa taking on Phil Rowe. Now, I've been kind of a hater of Phil Rowe in the past. I don't think this guy's that good. Not that I think Loosa's anything special, but he's gonna have wrestling here, and I could see him taking him down. He's got some power on the feet. I mean, we haven't seen him knock anyone out, but he hits hard. And he's kind of a brawler. I don't think his technique's all that good, but he's tough. He's never been finished. He fought Jack Della Maddalena on Contender Series, and he never got finished by Jack Della Maddalena. Never got finished by Bonfim. The guy's extremely tough. And the way to beat him is you gotta stay on the outside, you gotta outstrike him, or you gotta box him with Jack Della Maddalena. And then obviously, I did bet him with Reese McGee, and he almost got finished by Reese McGee in the third round. There were some hairy moments in that fight later because he gets tired later in the third round. I feel like he's gonna win the first round, man. Honestly, I feel like he's going to win the first 2 rounds. Whether Phil Rowe can come back in the later rounds and find a finish, because Loosa might get really, really tired. He might gas out later. But I'm gonna have to go with Loosa in this one. I think he's gonna get this one done by decision. I mean, I feel like a lot of fights are gonna go the distance on this card, which isn't good. Next fight on the card, we got Ricky Simón taking on Charles Jourdain. Now, obviously, Charles Jourdain 1-0 down at bantamweight, and he got the submission of Victor Henry, first one to ever finish Victor Henry. He's obviously going to be taller. He's going to be longer down at bantamweight now because he's only 29 years old, so he's not like old or anything like that. Ricky Simon's obviously coming with a bounce back win over Javid Basharat. He was on a 3-5 losing streak, but those 3 losses are like 2 really good guys. I mean, Vinicius Oliveira, undefeated in the UFC, has been looking incredible. Mario Batista just fraud checked Patchy Mix in his debut. Song Yadong, I mean, we did cast on Song Yadong by KO there. And underdog is underdog. I mean, Song Yadong was underdog there. I did pick him for Batista. We did cash in Vinicius Oliveira as a plus 200 underdog there. Then I did pick Basharat, but I didn't bet on him there because I didn't trust Basharat after that Imad Jabi fight. Man, this one's tough, man, because the reason like Jourdain's like an opportunist submission grappler, and if he doesn't I've seen him get taken on over and over. I mean, Victor Henry was taking him down over and over and over. Then he got caught up in that guillotine submission. Is Ricky Simón gonna get caught up in that submission? Honestly, man, I don't really think so. I don't think he will. I think he can wrestle, but Jourdain has slick striking from the outside. So I could also see Jourdain staying on the outside, leg kicking him, body kicking him, kind of like just being ahead, scoring more points. I honestly could see that happening, but I feel like Simón just a little bit better than Jourdain. But at 135, I mean, Jourdain looked really good at 135 because he's got that size, so you can attack a lot of submissions, front chokes, and hasn't really shown a lot of power recently. He did knock out Duho Choi, or I think yeah, he did knock out Duho Choi back in the day, up at 145. So the guy he does have power, and at 135, I mean he's gonna have power for sure. But Ricky Simón isn't like chinny. I mean, I don't getting knocked down by Rick Songdon getting knocked out. He was getting dropped over and over. I mean, I think he got dropped like 3 times in that fight. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the. I feel like Simon's gonna win this one. If he doesn't get caught up in a submission, I feel like he's gonna win this one by decision. I don't feel like he's gonna knock him out, but it's gonna be Simón getting it done. Next fight on the card, we got Cody Durden taking on Jose Ochoa. Now Jose Ochoa came in on I think he came in a short notice against Lerner Kavanaugh. Or I think that maybe that was Kavanaugh's debut. Maybe that was a short notice. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. But he looked pretty good in that fight. It was 29-28 for Kavanaugh. But that fight could have gone either way, honestly. Like, it was like the last flurry for Kavanaugh that won him the fight because he threw a spinning wheel kick at the very end in the last like 20 seconds of that third round because that fight was extremely close. And I don't know how one judge had it 30-27 for Kavanaugh because the other two judges had it 29-28 for Kavanaugh. And that's the way I scored that fight because I watched that fight this morning and it was definitely not 30-27 for Kavanaugh. And Ochoa, I mean, he's a slick kickboxer from outside. He's kind of a brawler. Not the cleanest technique, but he's slick. He's got jiu-jitsu. He's training over there at Chute Box Diego Lima with guys like Gabriel Santos, Charles Oliveira. I mean, all those guys over there. Costa. I mean, so he's got really good training partners over there. But Durden's over there training at American Top Team with Dustin Poirier and those guys over there. So those guys been looking really good at American Top Team. And I feel like this is a prove it spot for Ochoa. Like, he's definitely got all the skills. He's from Peru. I like these Peruvian fighters. We have another fighter fighting from Peru this week in PFO, Jesus Pinedo. He's one of my favorite fighters outside the UFC right now. Man, I feel like I could see Ochoa catching him in a submission because Durden, he's gonna go. I don't think he's gonna just strike with Ochoa. I feel like he's gonna wrestle him, and I could see Durden like having success taking him down over and over because he can wrestle. He's fought the much better competition so far, and he's been in the UFC for quite a long time now. We cast on him over Charles Johnson as underdog. We cast on him over Jake Hadley. Obviously, I did pick him over Tahir and back up, but Tahir is a good grappler. He's got good wrestling. Bruno Silva, he was actually like outstriking Bruno Silva before he got clipped in the later rounds. That was a pretty brutal KO, and that's the first time he's ever been knocked out. Bruno Silva hits hard, obviously, but Ochoa hits hard also, man. So we'll see what happens. I feel like Durden is definitely alive. I'm gonna have to go Durden at plus money. Plus 145, I feel like he's a good underdog. But Ochoa, I want to see how the weigh-ins look. I feel like Ochoa is probably a lot like bigger than Durden. I don't even know. I know they're both listed at 5'7", but I just got this feeling that like Ochoa is probably gonna be like a lot taller, a lot bigger when they face off. So maybe like I'll change my pick later down after the weigh-ins. But for now, I'm gonna go with Durden on this one. Next fight on the card, I mean, we got Wellmaker taking on Chris Moutinho. Pretty brutal matchmaking by the UFC for Chris Moutinho's return to the UFC. Man, this is not good. I watched his fights. His fights also the UFC recently. Obviously, he was in the UFC before. He lost to Sean O'Malley. He got absolutely he was like a punching bag out there against Sean O'Malley. I mean, he just didn't have any success. And he got lit up like a Christmas tree. But and then Herb Dean just stepped in. He's like, I've seen enough because he was tough, man. The guy is extremely tough. He's not gonna quit on himself ever. but the guy's extremely hittable, and this is just a really bad matchup for him. Wellmaker, we cashed on him over Cameron Simon when people really weren't too sold on him. I remember a lot of people were on Cameron Simon. They were telling me, "Oh, Simon's gonna win, man. Simon's gonna win." I'm telling you, but he just put him out with one shot, man. The guy is extremely athletic. He's got really slick striking. He's not getting taken on or grappled by Chris Moutinho here. And that's going to be a problem for Moutinho because he's still hittable. He doesn't really move his head. He runs into shots. And his recently, this was a rematch that he ran back because Johnny Campbell knocked him out like a few years back. But even all these other fights, I mean, even this guy took him to the third round to knock him out, which isn't really that impressive. He's kind of a brawler though, right? He's training over there in the England cartel, and it's not really been going well for them. They haven't had the best of year this year. Wellmaker by KO. I think he's gonna put him away in the second round. I know the under 1.5 rounds, like I think it's actually like let me see. I think the under 1.5 rounds minus 115. Let's make sure. Let's see what the odds are. I forgot to bring up the odds earlier. Yeah, they got the under 1.5. They set the line at 1.5 rounds, so yeah, it's minus 1300. I mean, goddamn, those are some crazy odds, but I think they make sense. I wouldn't play that minus 1300. Under 1.5 rounds, minus 120. Honestly, I could see it going under. I can also see it. I'm gonna go with the over. I feel like it goes over 1.5 rounds, maybe, but Moutinho is so hittable, man. So I feel like Wellmaker is not gonna have a hard time finding that chin and cracking him, putting him away. I'm gonna say second on for Wellmaker. I think he puts him away by KO in the second round. All right, guys. Next fight on the card is gonna be Michael Chiesa taking on Corbin McGee. Now, obviously, we did pick Corbin McGee over Tim Means, who's beyond washed. I don't know how people keep picking Tim Means at this point. Well, Corbin McGee's washed also, but he looked kind of better in that Alex Morono fight, so that's why I picked him over Tim Means. Because the guy is a good grappler. He's never been sub before, which I can't really say for Michael Chiesa. He's been sub so many times, but he's been fighting much better level of competition. Kevin Holland. I mean, Kevin Holland submitting Luke with the Anaconda. That was impressive. That was impressive. Because I didn't think he was going to submit him. I was like, he's probably going to knock him out in the second, and he actually subbed him after. That was insane. And he's got a win over Tony Ferguson. I did pick Tony Ferguson there. I mean, I like Tony, man. I'm an Al Kakui fan. So maybe that was kind of my bias, leaning toward Tony Ferguson there. Then I did pick Max Griffin. I mean, I've been kind of low on Michael Chiesa, but the guy's good, man. He can grapple. He had a competitive fight with Sean Brady. He was actually landing shots on Sean Brady. His striking is good. I feel like his striking is going to be better than Corbin McGee here. Doesn't have a lot of power. He's never won by KO ever in his whole career. He's only got one loss by TKO. But Corbin McGee is a slick grappler also. He can go for takedowns. That win with Ramiz Brahimaj is aging really well now. These guys are both like pushing 40. I mean, Corbin McGee's already there at 40 years old. Kiesa's 37. It's like these guys are like they have similar stylistic styles, the way they fight, grapple, and Chiesa I think feel like he's got better grappling at this point, better control. I'm gonna have to go with Chiesa. Does he submit him? I don't think so. McGee's never been sub before. I mean, but I feel like maybe Chiesa can do it. I'm gonna go with decision, man. I feel like McGee's pretty tough to submit. He's going to be defending. I feel like he's going to be defending. Unless the Chiesa can knock him out, maybe. That's definitely live because McGee has no chin. So that knockout is definitely live for Chiesa. But I'm going to have to go with... I feel like it's going to go longer, man. We did really well last night on those some picks. We picked Pfeiffer by decision. We picked Gustafsson by decision. And who else did I pick? I think Gustafsson by decision was like plus 500 or something like that. Something crazy like that. We picked Kong Wang by decision. I mean, so I feel like some of these fights, I feel like when they're fighting someone that's hard to finish by a certain method, it's not easy finishing them. If Chiesa had power on the feet, I probably would go by KO, but he's gonna have to find his first KO here. So we'll see if he can find it over Corbin McGee. All right, guys. Next fight on the card. Let's see what the odds are. I mean, Chiesa coming in at I think he's the favorite. Minus 319. I mean, those odds are kind of crazy. He actually opened up at minus 500. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 175. I think he goes over 2.5 rounds. Honestly, I do see this one going over. Next fight on the card, we got Paul Craig taking on Rodolfo Bellato. Paul Craig, a really good jiu-jitsu artist, has a win over the current light heavyweight champion, Magomed Ankalaev, where he caught him in a submission triangle in the last second of the fight. Insane. Has a win over Jamal Hill, the former champion, broke his arm. Has a win over what's that guy's name? Nikita Krylov, also sub Nikita Krylov with the triangle. I mean, the guy, his guard game is really nasty. Is he gonna catch Rodolfo Bellato in a submission? My pick was Rodolfo Bellato a few weeks back when these guys were supposed to fight each other. And then Bellato, I think Bellato actually had HIVs or herpes or something like that. Don't quote me on this, but I actually think he had herpes or HIV. Herpes, I think he got herpes. Maybe not herpes, maybe like something else. STDs, yeah, he got STDs. So we'll see. We'll see if he can make it to this fight. That's kind of crazy though that he got STDs, bro. You got to be careful out there. I'm gonna go with KO. I think he's gonna knock him out second on. I'm not changing my pick because he got STDs. I don't think that will matter. All right, guys. Next fight on the card. Let's see what the odds are. I mean, keep forgetting about odds. Bellato coming in at minus 350. The over 1.5 rounds, minus 150. I would not play the over there. Because the way, Bellato is so reckless, I could see him running into triangle. And I can also see just putting those hands on Paul Craig and knocking his ass out early. Next fight on the card, we got Menifield taking on Omar Sy. Now, Menifield's a top 15 guy. Lost to Mirzakhana, which isn't bad. And lost to Carlos Oberg, who's probably going to be fighting for the belt in the next few fights. Has a winner, Julius Walker. I did pick Julius Walker. I think Julius Walker won the fight, but it was just one of those really weird fights. They could have gone either way. It was a fun fight to watch overall. I did enjoy it. Win over Justin Jacoby is really aging really well, and he did drop Jacoby a few times in that fight. Some sub Jimmy Crude, retired Jimmy Crude. He actually beat Jimmy Crude twice. I think the first fight was probably a draw or something. Omar Sy, obviously, we know what this guy's good at. He's a grappler. He can wrestle. He's got kickboxing too. He can kickbox. Doesn't have a lot of power on the feet. Hasn't shown a lot of nasty KO power. He has shown power in the KSW, but it wasn't really fighting the best level of competition there in KSW. But at this point, I feel like Menifield is washed, man. I don't think Menifield. He still hits hard. He's still got power, but his technique is so bad. He's not technical at all. But if Omar Sy isn't careful, he's gonna get caught up by something crazy that Menifield just throws out there. But based on technique, who's got more ways to win? Omar Sy. I'm gonna go with Omar Sy. Does he submit him? I feel like he could, man. But even if he doesn't submit him, I feel like he could beat him. He could knock him out, or he could I'm gonna say submission. I feel like he could submit him. I'm gonna say Omar Sy subs him in the first or second round. He didn't sub down Won Jung, but he did beat him. He did outstrike him, which is good. We know this guy can go 3 rounds if he needs to. I'm gonna say submission for Omar Sy, first or second round. Next fight on the card, we got Cody Brundage taking on Mansour Abdul-Malik. This is good. This is a pretty good matchup here. I forgot to look at the odds again. I mean, I always forget. Let's see what the odds are for Omar Sy. Minus 501. I mean, that's pretty insane. Over 1.5 rounds, minus 150. I feel like the under 1.5 rounds is live. I don't feel like he's gonna go for the KO on the feet because Menifield hits hard, man. He can eat a shot. But I feel like he's gonna grapple. And if he grapples, he's gonna take him down and he's gonna be able to find that submission on Menifield. Menifield is tough though. He's definitely tough. He's not a quitter. But he should be able to finish him. Either you finish him by KO or he knocks him out. Or it's by submission. He should finish him. Yeah, next fight on the card is Cody Brundage taking Mansour Abdul-Malik. Now, Cody Brundage, we did pick him by first round KO over Julian Marquez, who's beyond washed. Should not be fighting the UFC anymore. Um, Olsen was gonna knock him out. I did bet on Olsen there, but that was a no contest because he kept elbowing him in the back of the head, which isn't good. Like, why would you do that against Brody Brundage? You know this guy's never gonna keep fighting after something like that. He got subbed by Bo Nickel, but there's no shame in that. Bo Nickel can wrestle. Jack Reese knocked out Jack Reese with a slam. Then obviously he got disqualified, or he got the disqualification win over Jacob Mulcoon because he hit him in the back of the head. I mean, you just can't do that against Cody Brundage. So if Malik does that against Cody Brundage, Brundage is probably going to win by disqualification. But Malik is going to knock him out, I think, in the first round. Now, Malik, he got dropped, right? Nick Klein dropped him with a spinning back fist. I think he did drop him or wobble him in the first round. But he showed that he can recover, he can fight his way back and get the finish. So that's impressive. We know this guy's not gonna fold his 10 if things don't go his way early. And I like seeing that, man. So he knocked out Todorovic. Todorovic came back after a layoff. Todorovic should not be fighting the UFC anymore. They should cut him. So I think the guy like Cody Brundage, he can put him away early. Even Marquez was as close to knocking him out in the first round. Then I think Mark Smith like broke him apart for some reason for to put his mouthpiece back in. And that gave Brundage some time to recover there. Malik, first round KO. Don't overthink this one. Yeah, everyone's going first round KO. Malik minus 700. I think at minus 450 there's value at minus 450. Over 1.5 rounds plus 135. I think it goes under. Honestly, I do see this one going under 1.5 rounds. Next fight on the card, we got Cody Garbrandt taking on Hony Barcelos, man. Hony Barcelos coming off a crazy upset win over Peyton Talbot. Huge upset there over Peyton Talbot that he got. Insane, man. He took him down over and over, beat him up on the ground. On the feet, the striking was competitive. He was landing shots on Peyton Talbot. Just wore him down with the grappling. Now, Cody Garbrandt, he was supposed to take on Mile Johns a few months back, then he pulled out. I'm not sure what the reason was for him not making it to the fight against Mile Johns. And obviously, Mile Johns ended up fighting under Lima there. Now, obviously, he fought at UFC 300 like over a year ago, and he got stopped by Davison Figueiredo. And he wasn't looking bad on the feet before that takedown. And that's the issue, man. I feel like his chin's really bad, and his takedown defense honestly hasn't been bad in the past. But he can wrestle. He's training over their Team Alpha Male. So those guys are known for their wrestling there. But I feel like on the feet, Barcelos hits hard, man. He's got power. And he's gonna have the jiu-jitsu advantage over Cody Garbrandt if he can get takedowns here. I'm gonna have to go with Barcelos here, man. I think Barcelos, he's gonna win this one. Now Garbrandt, does he knock him out? I don't think Barcelos is chinny. No, I know Omar knocked him out, but he just caught him with the perfect shot that put his lights on. I feel like Garbrandt's not really gonna find that same shot on Barcelos. He got outstruck by Collar Phillips, I mean, but he is okay. He did get dropped by Collar Phillips, remember. So maybe that chin is deteriorating now. He's 30 years old now, but he's been looking good, man, the past 2 fights. And we haven't seen Garbrandt since UFC 300. I'm going to have to go with Barcelos, man. I'm going to have to go with the guy that we've seen recently in there against a highly touted prospect in Peyton Talbot, who people are really high on. Yeah, I'm going to go with Barcelos, like a second on submission. Next fight on the card, we got Edmund Shahbazyan taking on. Let's see what the odds are for that last one. The odds for the last one: Cody Garbrandt plus 120, 122. Barcelos minus 142. I'm gonna go with Barcelos on that one. I got a feeling that he's gonna get that. He's gonna get it done. And Cody Garbrandt, he's not really gonna put up a ton of volume like Victor Henry. Like, Victor Henry put a ton of volume when he lost to Victor Henry. I think Victor Henry landed like close to 200 significant strikes in that fight. And the way to beat Barcelos, if you don't knock him out early, you gotta like put a pace on him. You gotta defend all his takedowns. I'm gonna go with Barcelos on that one. Yeah, next fight on the card is Edmund Shahbazyan taking on Andre Petroski. Now he's been putting on win streak together. Wins over Josh Frem. We did pick him there. He's like -110, even money there. That was crazy. That the fact that he was a pick him. Josh Frem is so bad. Um, beat Dylan Burka. I mean, I did pick him over Dylan Burka, but he just out wrestled him. It was really boring to watch, but he did win every single round. Then he actually like he outstruck Vieira, I guess, but Vieira could have won that fight. That was really close, man. That fight was super close. But he's been getting it done. He's been consistent for the past couple of fights, but he struggles against people that have really good striking, that people that can hit him with straight shots, like Michel Pereira. That Malkoun KO was kind of weird. He just kind of he went for a takedown, ran into the hip of Malkoun, and I think he knocked himself out. Honestly, that was really weird. But even before, he's been knocked out before outside the UFC too. So, but Shahbazyan, I mean, we know Shahbazyan. He's super dangerous early in the first round. But if you start like taking him down, you start making him work with the grappling, things can go downhill quick for Shahbazyan. And the question that I have is like, can he knock him out in the first round? Can he put him away? Because he's got really good straight shots. That's the way he knocked out Durden. Hit him with the straight right hand, overhand right. I think it was a straight right. Hit him with nasty, just folded Burka in half. And then obviously he was close to knocking out Gerald Mearshart, but the referee gave him every chance to recover. Then obviously Mearshart got the takedown and got the submission pretty quick because Shahbazyan he completely emptied the tank after going for that KO over Mearshart. Dobson win. I mean, he was kind of getting lit up early by Dobson, and then he knocked him out after, which is impressive because Dobson normally has been pretty durable in the past. Obviously he was winning the fight over Anthony Hernandez early. Then obviously Hernandez did what he does, come back and grapple him, tire him out with the pace and the cardio. Then he knocked out Dalton Logan. He also knocked out Torres with the high kick back in the day. Man, I feel like Shahbazyan should be able to get this KO, but I'm honestly like I just can't bet on his fights. I normally like betting the under 2.5 rounds or the fight doesn't go the distance because you never know with Shahbazyan. I feel like this is not a bad matchup for him, but Petrosian might be able to he might be able to take him down and wrestle him. I could see that happening honestly, because Shahbazyan he gets really tired when you grapple him and you force the grappling on him. I want to go with Petrosian as underdog, man. I feel like he's been consistent. He's been putting a win streak together, even though like those wins aren't that crazy. Shahbazyan knocks out Josh Frem. I think he knocks out Dylan. I already knocked out Dylan Burka. He probably knocks out Vieira also. This is tough, man. This is definitely tough. But I'm gonna have to go with Shahbazyan. I feel like he's gonna find that shot early. His striking is just way better and he's much faster on the feet. Shahbazyan KO first round. The odds for this one is Shahbazyan -200 and the comeback on Petroski +170. Over 1.5 rounds -185. Under 1.5 rounds +142, 143. I mean, I would take the under 2.5 rounds. I feel like we're gonna get a finish here in the first 2 rounds. The way I see this one going the distance, if Petroski is able to get those takedowns early and often, even then I feel like he's gonna be attacking submissions. He's got really good front chokes. My pick's gonna be Shahbazyan. I don't know. Part of me wants to go with Petroski though. I feel like he could. There's a chance that he could maybe get this one done by forcing the grappling. And Shahbazyan just isn't consistent. I mean, he loses one, wins one, loses one, wins one. But most of his losses are high level, man. Brunson win isn't bad. Imavo loss isn't bad. Did I say win? No, his losses. I mean, his losses are not bad. Losing to Imavo, losing to Hernandez, losing to Brunson, losing to Mearshart. I mean, it's probably the worst loss that he has so far in the UFC. But Mearshart is tricky. I mean, Mearshart was close to knocking out Petroski in that third run because Petroski was so tired later. I'm gonna go with Shahbazyan. Alright, guys, co-main event of the evening. Now we got. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, man. Let's hit 4K subscribers. I'm sure there's people watching this video that haven't subbed yet. So if you're one of those people, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like the video. We got Rowe's Namajunas taking on Miranda Maverick now. Maverick, obviously, huge opportunity versus ranked number 15 right now at flyweight, and Namajunas. He's coming off that loss to Blanchfield. I did better at plus money there over Blanchfield, and he just kind of gassed out later because he won the first round over Blanchfield. So he got a takedown on Blanchfield in the second one, which is impressive. So he can wrestle, so he can strike. So he's gonna be the far better overall MMA fighter in this matchup. And this is only 3 rounds. If this was like 5 rounds, I'd probably would lean towards Maverick as underdog here. But Mavericks, the way their striking is like really bad, man. Their striking is so unimpressive. It's like non-existent. But she can wrestle. She's got good takedowns also. If Namajunas is taking her down, I could see Maverick like getting reversals and like getting sweeps and like getting her own control on Namajunas. This fight's gonna go over 2.5 rounds either way. No matter who wins this fight, Namajunas is not finishing Maverick. Maverick is not finishing Namajunas. The over 2.5 rounds is a great parlay piece here. My pick's gonna be Namajunas by decision because the striking, even though like Maverick, there's value in Maverick, plus 2.5 on Maverick maybe, so you can get a takedown, win one run. What if she gets 2 takedowns in one, like she gets 1 takedown in the first round, 1 takedown in the later round, third round. I could see her winning this fight, and the value, I mean, definitely is in Maverick at plus 240. Like the line is like plus 241, yeah. But I'm gonna have to go with Namajunas. I feel like she wins the fight more often than not with a striking edge, and obviously the level of competition is way better. But Maverick is hungry, man. So sometimes it doesn't matter. The skills don't really matter. What matters is who wants to win the fight more. Who's gonna dig deeper. It could come down to that. And Maverick is still young, improving. But even that Demon and Horth fight wasn't that impressive. Horth was close to locking the submission over her. She almost got that rear naked choke in the second round. And she's getting taken on Demon and Horth, who's I don't think is that great. Namajunas should win, man. If she loses to Maverick, that's probably her career is probably over then. Alright, guys, main event time. We got Buckley taking on Kamaru Usman. Kamaru Usman obviously hasn't fought since that Chimaev fight. He took that fight on short notice. And he got 10-8 in the first round, but then he was getting taken down in that fight. But Chimaev, getting taken down by Chimaev, I mean, no shame in that at all. And he didn't get finished by Chimaev, which is impressive. Then obviously he lost to Leon Edwards. We did pick Leon Edwards there in the rematch, and he was winning that fight over Edwards earlier. He should have been like 2-0 over Edwards. Let's be honest. If that head kick, if he didn't get head kicked in that late 2-minute final round, I mean the 5th round. Buckley surging right now, 170. Well, at welterweight, he's 7-0 undefeated. He's been he's on a run right now. He's training hard, and I'm gonna have to go with Buckley here. Does he finish him? I don't think he finishes Usman, man. I feel like he doesn't finish him. I don't know. I got a feeling that this one goes all 5 rounds. I feel like it's gonna go all 5 rounds. I mean, Usman is tough, man. Buckley hits hard. Obviously, he's got power. I mean, I feel like it comes down to how washed is Usman. Is he washed completely? I don't think so. Like, he doesn't really pull the trigger as much as he used to. So that's definitely a problem. And he can't wrestle. His knees are not really there anymore. So he can't really wrestle consistently. Because you can take down Buckley if you really go for it. If you really push the wrestling on him. Because Colby Covington was having success taking him down, controlling him in moments in that fight. But, I'm gonna have to go with Buckley by decision. I feel like Usman's gonna have moments in this fight. Then Buckley just gonna win rounds. I mean, I feel like he's gonna do more every single round. He's gonna win 49-47. And bro, I got a lot of decisions on this card. But that's gonna be my pick. Buckley, getting it done over Kamaru Usman. Usman's also does that podcast now, so I'm not sure how hard he's training anymore. He's probably making a ton of money still. Buckley. He's still trying to be the champion, right? He's trying to get that belt. And I feel like he's close, man. One more win over Usman. If you can finish him, which is probably even better for him, getting the title shot. But that would be a good matchup. Dak Della versus Buckley, or even Ian Gary versus Buckley. That would be a good matchup. I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe he doesn't have to fight Ian Gary if he beats Usman, because Usman's a former one of the best welterweights ever in UFC history. I'm gonna have to go with Buckley at this point. Buckley by decision. That's gonna be my pick. Walking Buckley minus 255. Then we actually open up as an underdog here. That's crazy. I guess maybe not too crazy because Kamaru Usman's one of the best welterweights ever in UFC history. Over 4.5 rounds, minus 135. Honestly, I think this one goes over 4.5 rounds. I do see this one going over 4.5 rounds because Usman's tough, man. He's not gonna just fold the 10 and look for the door. And Buckley's gonna have to like put him down at bad and like actually knock him out cold. Because Usman's tough though, so I still think Usman's tough enough to give Buckley not an easy fight. That's gonna be my pick. Buckley on the scorecards. Namajunas by decision. Shahbazyan by KO. Barcelos by submission. Malik by first round KO. Sai by submission. Bellato by KO. Chiesa by decision. Wellmaker by KO. Durden by decision. Simón by decision. I feel like Jourdain definitely live underdog in this one, but I'm gonna have to. I just think Simón's gonna be able to take him down and control him. And on the feet, I feel his striking isn't that like. I don't think Jourdain's just gonna blow him out of the water in the striking. The reach advantage. I mean, he doesn't even have reach advantage over him. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Simón. Loosa by decision and Horth by decision. So there you guys go, man. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree with my predictions. This is actually a pretty good card for UFC Fight Night. And we'll be live for those cards, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'm also going to be live for PFO on Thursday. I'll be covering PFO. I'll do a breakdown, full card breakdown for PFO card this week. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one, guys. Later.